Christmas Eve is a special night that happens only once a year. As the twinkling lights from the Christmas tree dance around the room and the smell of freshly baked cookies fill the air, children are tucked in their beds, lying in wait, dreaming of what gifts a man named Santa Claus will bring them. They eagerly wait to hear the jingle of bells on his sleigh, the soft clop of reindeer feet on the roof, and the thump of Santa's heavy snow boots as he drops down from the chimney. But for some children, they will hear the clanking of chains and heavy steps of hoofed feet scraping against the floor, and as feelings of dread, fear, and despair fill the children holding their warm blankets up to their chin, before them in the thick darkness will appear a tall, dark silhouette carrying a sack over his shoulder. But this is not Santa, nor is this human. This is Krampus, the demon of Christmas, and on this day of Christmas there will not be presents, only punishment. The shadow of St. Nicholas. Krampus is the dark side of Christmas, a monstrous demon covered in fur, hoofed feet, pointed horns on his head, bearing sharp teeth, and a long pointed red tongue, and carrying a bundle of branches used to hit children. Krampus, whose German name Krampen means claw, he is the demon of Christmas, who has long been a part of European folklore, but despite his devilish appearance and behavior, he is no foe of his good counterpart, St. Nicholas. In fact, Krampus is a helper of St. Nick. One could even call him his partner. St. Nick and Krampus work together. St. Nick rewards children on his good list by leaving them gifts, and gives the naughty children coal. And Krampus punishes the naughty children that have received coal by beating them with sticks and branches, leaving them to awaken to their injuries. But in some cases, Krampus is said to even eat the children, or put them in his sack, taking them to the underworld. As a figure that is both feared and celebrated, the origin of Krampus is quite complex. Krampus is believed to originate from pagan practices for winter solstice, and is claimed to be the son of Norse deity Hel, but there isn't much evidence for this, or that the Krampus we know today is directly from paganism. The closest comparison for inspiration of Krampus may be from the pagan Greek god Pan, a half-goat, half-man god of nature and animals. In earlier depictions of Krampus, he was also half-man and half-goat, but his image began to change and soon became more goat and more demonic in appearance. As Christianity spread, the church began to condemn Krampus, much like they did to Pan and other pagan deities. But Krampus became closely associated with Christmas, and efforts by the church to get rid of Krampus soon failed. The church did not like Krampus because he bore a resemblance to the Christian devil, with his goat-like appearance, punishing of the naughty, and the chains he wears, which is likely influenced by Christians as a reference to the binding of the devil. And it's this devil-like appearance that strongly suggests that Krampus may have been formed from early medieval Christianity, when demonic figures were depicted as being goat-like, an image taken from pagan figures and deities, but made corrupt and evil by the church as a way of turning people away from paganism. So despite the complex origins, why is jolly old St. Nick hanging out with the devil in the first place? Well, St. Nick may be known for his generosity through gift-giving, but did you know he was also an exorcist? You might be confused, wondering when you missed that part about Santa exorcising demons. Well, first, the man known as Santa is based on a real man named St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas was born circa 280 in the city of Patara, Lycia, an area that is the modern-day Middle Eastern country, Turkey. He became a Christian bishop and developed a reputation for helping the needy. He saved 3 men who were falsely in prison and were to be sent to death, and he saved 3 sisters who were to be sold to servitude as their father could not afford to pay their dowries. So St. Nick, who had inherited a sum of money, secretly left a bag of money inside their home 3 times for each daughter, and these were only a few instances of St. Nick being helpful to the needy. But what is less known of Saint Nick is his masterful ability to tame and expel demons. Saint Nick, blessed to possess, exorcised demons from one person and sometimes several at a time. He even expelled demons from a cypress tree. And it's these tales that led to Saint Nick's depiction with his helper Krampus, a demon restrained by Saint Nick as depicted by the chains Krampus wears. So on Krampus night, which is on the evening of December 5th, Krampus roams the streets with Saint Nick, visiting homes to punish naughty children with coal and beatings, while Saint Nick leaves gifts for the good children. The following day on December 6th is St. Nicholas Day, or the Feast of St. Nicholas, where families celebrate with the feast and exchange gifts or find coal and twigs for those that have been naughty. The tradition of Krampus has also continued through a 500-year-old tradition known as the Krampus Run. Several people led by St. Nick dress up as Krampus and roam the town, slapping people on their legs with birch switches, chasing and terrorizing children and adults alike, all in the name of good fun. But the legend of Krampus isn't the only devilish figure that punishes children. There are similar figures found throughout other traditions around the world. The Western German figure Belsnickel, thought to be both a companion of St. Nicholas and embodiment of St. Nick and Krampus. Belsnickel is a man with fur boots, a long tongue, and sometimes a mask. Ragged and disheveled, wearing tattered clothes, he carries a switch of branches to beat naughty children and keeps sweets of cakes, candies, and nuts in his pocket for good children. There is also La Befana, a fairy in Italian folklore who, like Belsnickel, rewards good and naughty children by leaving candies and socks as gifts and charcoal and socks as punishment. Then there's Frau Perkta in Bavaria and Austria, another female figure believed to possibly be a witch who rewards good children and punishes naughty children, but her punishments are far more gruesome, as she rips open the stomach of naughty children, replacing their organs with hay or stones. But whichever the variation of Krampus, despite the scary appearance and behavior, I don't believe Krampus is truly a figure of absolute evil. Rather, he is a balance to St. Nicholas. It is the balance of good and bad as a way of guiding our moral compass and teaching us that good and bad behavior have consequences. So hopefully you're not on the naughty list this year. Thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays, everyone.